And hello, let's make sure there's no low-res delays or anything else. I think we're good. We might not be good. I do have to grab one more thing, so I'm going to move this forward a little bit. And then back. Don't mind the jostling back and forth all crazy like while I do that. I knew I was forgetting something when I set this up, but I couldn't remember what it was. And that's okay. Alright, now I can move this back. So let's move this back. Okay. And then let's stop this wiggling around a bunch. Cool. Alright, let's get the focus on the food, but at the same time, let's make this a little bit more... I didn't realize until about 30 seconds ago that I could zoom in on Facebook Live and zoom out. Don't judge me, or do. So let's... other way. Yeah, nice. There's a slow connection I was waiting for. Okay, so let's stop this from moving around. Okay, so... hello and welcome to the live edition of Cooking Comedies in the Air with me. I'm your host, Sugar Maple, today. For those of you who don't get that joke, that's okay. There's like 4 people who will get that joke, and that's what I'm here for. That very niche joke making. Today we're going to do steak, potato, and broccoli because we all know that I enjoy all those things. So why not? I put them in the fridge a little while ago. I did not defrost anything, or didn't let anything warm up, which we will see how that works out. We're going to do, we're going to have some fun today. So I'm going to start with cutting the steak in half because it's a thick steak, and I want to do that. I've also got the broccoli, which I'm going to do in a moment. And then I got a new kind of potato, but I decided I want to try the potato the way it's supposed to be done, because I don't. So we won't. In the meantime, though, let's cut some things open. What do you say? That sounded slightly morbid. We are going to cut this side open first, and then I know I'm going to get yelled at for this, but I'm going to cut the steak in half because I don't want to cook that thick of a steak tonight. I am going to add seasoning to it. I just didn't, do it beforehand because I never do that for the live event. I always kind of just jump into it, which is something I might want to change. All right, let's see if I can do this the right way. I should probably get a better grip on this. Okay, so that's a plus. There we go for that. That's cut in half. We're going to move this over to here for just a moment. I probably did this out of order, but whatever. Okay, cool. We'll put that back there like that. Do I have any? Oh, I do have 2 large left. Okay, I literally have exactly 2 large left. So I'll put this back in the fridge for a leftover episode. As a heads up, next week there will be no cooking with me because it will be spring break. Yeah. I will not be doing any cooking next week, at least not live, which means I probably won't be doing cooking in general, and that's okay. I'm so sorry for the devastation you just heard in that, but I will not be around to cook next week. So there's that. We are going to, if I can remember what I'm doing for a moment, we're going to go back here. We're going to do that. That's going there. And then we're going to move this over to here. I'm going to wash that knife off so I can use it again. That's what I was talking about when I did this out of order on accident. I oopsied it because I also need to cut some broccoli. But before that, we are going to add some salt to everything because salt is amazing and I do enjoy it quite a bit. For the 30 seconds this is going to work, before we put it on the pan. I think honestly, at this point with the salt, I'm just going to undo the top because I don't like the way the crystals are coming out. And, yeah. So let's very quickly wash this knife off. I do use soap, you just can't see me doing it because it's off screen. And the other side now is not on fire. That's not on fire. That's a plus. Okay. So, while we let this dry for exactly like 30 seconds, before I take a paper towel to it, I'm going to season the steak a little more. I'm really out of order on this one. And that's okay, because again, this is a cooking of errors, not a cooking of knowing what to do professionally. This is the steak one. Yeah. So season. That's a lot of seasoning. That's okay. We're gonna chop the broccoli up. I'm gonna wipe the knife off, and then we'll chop the broccoli up. Did I almost forget today to grab Gatorade? Yes, I did. Shame on me. I know I am so terribly sorry to everyone. You should expect better from me. So, next time I will not forget to let me rephrase that sentence. Next time, I will not forget to almost not grab the Gatorade. I think that's the right way to say that sentence. Alrighty. Let's do this part. Alright. That's looking a little better. That's feeling a little better. Always never perfect, but we're getting there. Okay, moving this back over here. This goes in here. We will chop this up super quick. And we'll move that out of the way so I don't want that to be there. And then there. Is this actually going to work well tonight? Well, we'll see. That's a really weird way for that to look. Not sure how I feel about that, to be quite honest with you. Yes, okay, you need to not do that right there. So I did get a new kind of potato tonight, but not in like the new type of potato, just I bought potatoes that I thought were kind of cute. We're going to not make a lot of these tonight because I fill up on sides, and I should fill up on sides. However, I have one more after this, so just like don't mess this up, basically, is the moral of the story. Because that's kind of a big bag, and the ratio is not looking too hot right there. So I want to show you all this super cute little. See if you can. I'll step behind so you can see it because it's kind of cute, honestly. The potato is like resting, and that's adorable. There's a packet of seasoning in this. I'm not going to be using the packet of seasoning because I don't want to do that. And it's, as we always make the joke, it's my show, so I can decide not to do that. But I wanted to try this out, and I couldn't find, mostly because I couldn't find the potato medleys I wanted to use. So there's that. And this looked like next best thing because I didn't want to do a whole potato. I didn't want to do a sweet potato. So I figured let's just do this. So let me dump this in here. Work. Or, oh, you jerks. Okay, that's fine. Are these pre-washed? I think these always pre-washed. I learned something many years ago. Even if it says pre-washed, always wash them, just in case. You never know. So we're gonna not use the seasoning packet. We might use the seasoning packet later, but not tonight. And then we're going to. Is this the? We're gonna have to use two, I think, for this one. There's always one thing like every episode that trips me up, and I think I found the one this time that's tripping me up. And again, that's okay because this is not Emerald Lagasse. This is me going oopsies multiple times in like a half an hour. We'll just keep that packet of seasoning in there if I feel like being super seasoning on, I don't know, whenever I'm doing the next episode. I don't know. We might not even have an episode. Who knows? Also, a legitimate question. Is it bad that I cut my seasoning in half, or my steak in half, almost every single time? Because I like it for a quicker cook than not. So far, there's a lot of me just not being in front of the camera tonight. And that's okay. Nice. Alright. So, that goes there. Alright, let's move this up a little more. Did I maybe burn some salt onto there? Probably. It's okay. Alright. Let us put the steak into the pan of frying, the skillet pan. Work. Okay, we don't want that on there though. We don't want. There we go. 1, 2. Obviously, no sizzling yet. Maybe no sizzling right there. We do have to pick it up a little bit. We're going to turn this to 5 minutes, I think. That goes right there. First up, we gave it always pretty well. So following, I don't know when the next week's episode, when the live leftovers episode will happen. I say that because the next couple of days are kind of busy. I've got rehearsal tomorrow, and then after that I've got a playing event on Friday. So I don't know when it's going to happen, but we will see. And as always, I'll put it on my YouTube channel. For those of you who are unaware, as of right now, my YouTube channel's name is High Names Camp. Because after having a YouTube channel for many years, I finally realized you can actually change the name of the YouTube channel to something else. So I did. Something that's more me instead of Camden Ferris 8697Q4260, so whatever it was. It was a really weird name. So now it reflects more of my personality, which is great, I think. these down a little bit. I would rather have like shorter, wider steak than count on it first compliment than thicker. I would rather have smaller, wider steaks than thinner, larger steak. At least when I cook it. Maybe because I'm still getting used to the whole cooking thing. But this just is easier for me to cook. And I think right now that's what matters more. By the way, as I'm coughing, as always, please forget to like and subscribe to my show, because I don't do this for the clout, the likes, the subscription, or anything else. Ooh, voice crack. I do this for A, fun, but B, to remind everyone that you can do something and it doesn't have to be perfect or human highlight reel. This is not Instagram. This is Facebook. Let me rephrase that. This is not Instagram highlight reel. This is live on Facebook, real life, where I'm going to make mistakes. Thankfully, so far, I haven't had to call the police or the fire department while burning my place down, because that would not be good or fun. But I do this not for the perfection, but so we can learn, we can have fun along the way, you know, make friends, all that jazz. Let's turn this over and see how this is working. Oh, that's not what I'm going for. Oh, that's a little better. We're going to take some. I'm so tired of grinding that. I don't even like the outcome of it. So we're going to do this terrible method instead, where I get huge chunks of salt everywhere, and that's okay for right now. If anyone's going on vacation or on break in the next little while, tell me where you're going to be going. I myself will be going out of state. Excuse me. I'll be going down to Florida for a while. I'm excited to go back down there. It's one of my favorite spots to go. I will try to come back with a tan, but most likely I will be very, very burned. Even if I, like, the last time I went down there, I used 70 SPF, and I came back, and I was still pretty, like, not looking good. I think I got a rash from the sun, to be quite honest with you. Because I was, oh, you jerks. Because I came back, and there were parts of my body that were pink in a way they shouldn't have been pink. I'm like, but I use sunscreen. And then the sun was like, haha, but you're a ginger. And I'm like, yes, I am. You are correct. I think I have to, am I about to get orphaned black? Excuse me. I'm either about to get orphaned black. I think that's the correct verbiage. Or people are going to be very concerned when I say this. I need to start seasoning my potatoes. Or do yams next time. Because that tasted bland to me, which is super weird, because had you asked me even a year ago, or 6 months ago, I would have said, yes, I like bland. That tastes a little too bland for me. Oh well. Alright, let's check the temperature, see what we are in the room so far. It is 67.1, 68.3. Thank you now. That would not have been fun. Good. Come on. When you're like just under the temperature I want you. There we go. Something I do find funny is when every instruction manual is like, you need to check the temperature in the middle of the steak. And I'm like, I do. My question is, why is it always hotter in the middle than on the outside? Like, I understand you want the heat will take the longest to get to the middle, but like on the outside, if the middle is like 150, the outside is like 120, that does not seem right or good to me. But maybe it's just me. It looks like weird span, but I'm not arguing. Alright, let's check temperatures again. And then we might actually be done kind of early tonight, depending on how things are looking. But that's... There we go, that's what I was looking for. Huh, that's a mystery. Okay, let's try this part and see how it works. Because again, something about this ain't clicking for me. More than normal, I should say. Okay. Okay. So like I'm trying to get less, I call it congratulations, which is beyond well done in the middle. But, I mean, it just, the temperature's not looking hot, not looking good, but like, that's looking pretty great in the middle. So I think we're good, honestly. Because it measured 150 earlier and 148. So let's try it. What do you say? Oh, excuse me. Yes. Now we have enough. Oh, cool. Alright, so it's now time to there. Yeah, the thing fell apart. That's okay. Okay, we're going to do that smarter, not harder. Forwards here because I don't want to do it that way. Alright, so. As always, thank you for having dinner with me, and I will see you on the next episode.